Yes, he would be very mad. He wants to keep the mommy and daddy and the baby brother. He wants me to paint the red hands everywhere I go. I try to be good. The master can get angry. She's not the leader of the Scarlet Hand, Daphne said. Well, I don't think the master would mind if we all played, would he? Granny continued. I guess not, the little girl said. Sheriff Hamster had Henry and Veronica's sleeping bodies transported to Granny's house in an ambulance. Now they both rested on a queen-sized bed inside the room that also housed the magic mirror. Are they sick? Daphne asked as she held her mother's hand. No, Liebling, just sleeping, Granny Rhoda said. Sabrina put her hand on her father's chest and heard his heart beating. Then she reached up and kissed him on the forehead. Did they find the baby? She asked. No sign of it, Sheriff Hampstead said. All that was there was an empty bassinet. Why won't they wake up? Daphne asked. It's a sleeping spell, Granny explained. And a strong one at that, Mirror said as his face appeared in the reflection. I'm sure we don't have anything in the Hall of Wonders that can break it. Then what can we do? Sabrina said. These sleeping spells, some of them are fairly normal potions, sometimes poisoned flowers or apples, but overwhelmingly they are cast by someone with a vendetta against the victim, Uncle Jake said. Luckily, even bad magic has a backup plan, and in nearly every case I've ever heard, the magic can be broken with a kiss. Elvis popped up on his back paws and licked Veronica in the face. Elvis, this is my mom, Daphne explained to the big dog. You are going to love her. I kissed down the forehead. Why did he wake up? Said Sabrina. It has to be a romantic kiss from someone who truly loves them, Granny Rhoda explained. If one of them was awake, then this would be no problem, Mr. Kenneth said. Wait, if that's how you break the spell, how are we going to wake them? Sabrina said. My parents love each other. They are the only ones that can wake each other up. When no one answered, Sabrina thought she might cry. We'll find a way, Granny said as she took Sabrina into her arms. In the meantime, we should address the problem with Puck, Mr. Kenneth said. He is growing weaker. If we can use the Vorpal blade to cut a big enough hole in the barrier, I'd like to take the car and get the boy to his people. I'll go with you, Hampstead said. I happen to be between jobs at the moment. The Queen of Hearts won the election? Daphne cried. By a landslide, Hampstead grumbled. Oh dear, Granny said. Sabrina stared down at her parents. She knew they would understand. I'll go too. Puck would never have been hurt if he weren't trying to help us find Mom and Dad. I owe it to him. Me too, Daphne said. Jacob, can I trust you in the house all alone? Granny asked. Her son, Uncle Jake, smiled. Probably not, but I'll keep the place safe. Mr. Kenneth helped Granny Rhoda put Puck in the front seat of the car and then helped her in as well. When everyone had squeezed into the Jollibee, Uncle Jake waved and wished them all the luck in the world. You be careful among the fairy folk, Uncle Jake said. If you think this town's full of nuts, you haven't seen anything yet. We'll be careful, Sabrina said. Take care of my Elvis, Daphne said. The big dog leaped up to her window and gave her a farewell lick on the face. Mr. Kenneth started the car and backed it out of the driveway. We're an odd group of people for an adventure, don't you think? Hampstead squealed. Granny smiled. Pig and wolf and grandma, who would have thought it? Even Mr. Kenneth laughed. Sabrina hoped he would never do it again. It was an obnoxious, snorty sound. Daphne hugged her sister. This isn't exactly how I pictured our first Christmas in Fairyport Landing. Sabrina gazed out the window as the car rolled down the road. Would they be able to save Puck? Would they ever find a way to wake their parents? And would the family Grimm ever get its happily ever after? To be continued in The Sisters Grimm Book 4, Once Upon a Crime. The end. That's it. Even though the timer hasn't gone off yet, it's still the end of this video. Because it's the end of the book. Anyways, goodbye. I'll send more later.